Another week is over. And I had to get a thirsty bitch moment out. Did a little bit of things a little bit weird. Last week went to Maine, right? And I mean Maine's not. Maine's far enough north. I shouldn't have gone there, but getting $4,000 into Maine with 2 stops, relatively easy. So I made $8,000 last week, right? Downside was, okay, do I did head into Boston area or Connecticut or somewhere around that and grab a shitty load, just kind of gets me out and hope for something better, or do I kind of, instead I chose something that's a little bit, I don't know if I'll do it again. It wasn't bad per se. I mean, the rate sucked, but it wasn't overall bad. Had a high gross number for what it was, but low total, cent per mile because of deadhead. What I did, and I probably won't do this again though, is I called about a load up in Westfield, Maine, Canadian border, pretty much, on the northeast side, towards what is it, New Brunswick? Yeah, and it was 254 miles. The loaded miles was 1,700. Okay, so 1,750. 2-stopper, both Walmarts. Picked up Friday, delivered Monday in Olney, Illinois, and then Tuesday at like 1 a.m. in the morning at like Sterling, Illinois. It was a farm. I picked up pretty much broccoli and cauliflower, the trees. So I mean, the farm wasn't actually bad. Yeah, Smith's Farm up there in Westfield. Overnight parking, dirt lot, friendly people. I mean, I like the northern half of Maine. It's bummer Maine is up in the northeast and that, out somewhere else. But broke over Scotland, right? So what did I get for the load? I got it for 2,900. I tried for like 32 or 33. Originally she had it posted like 26. So I mean, I pushed it up a little bit. I think I could maybe gotten more. Maybe. Now that I've ran the load for her, now she has experience with somebody from us running the load. Now let's break it down, okay? 2,900, my cost 2581. See, not great. Deadhead, 254. So that, doing the math, I was in Lewiston. So that's 500 miles round trip to get back to Lewiston. But due to where I was, right, I'd have to deadhead about 100 miles out of Boston. Well, I think actually like 130 to 170 miles, depending on where in Boston, right? Because Boston's a pretty big area, pretty big city. And there was no guarantee that I could have got a shitty rate, like $1.50, $1.60, right? Even $1.40. No guarantee that I would have got a good load after that, after if I got something different load, right? If I delivered that, let's say Monday, right? Because it's also Friday, right? More likely to get Monday delivered. It's also the reason why I kind of chose this. So at least it gave me somewhat of a gross through the weekend. There was no guarantee that I would have a weekend delivery or even a Sunday delivery and then have something good I can immediately grab. So I just chose to say, fuck it, let's sacrifice a little bit of money, or what if, right? And grab this load. 1,758 load miles, 2,012 total miles for $1.28. I pretty much ran that cost pretty much. I made 8 cents. 8 cents on the mile pretty much. But it did get me in a good area. Because Sterling, Illinois, pretty much I tried Davenport. Kind of also part of my also factor is, okay, let's fucking just take it. Sometimes, like I said, I do these things. What was it? Start of September, it took 92 cents to get myself back up to Pennsylvania because there was a load that set up a great week after that, right? I mean, it's just like, I want to do these sometimes. Not to mention, there's a lane out of Boise I'm trying to be trying to get on more. That might be changed a little bit. Things are changing on that. But that goes from Nampa to Greenwood, Wisconsin. To this point, I'd been booking loads out west for me and other drivers, and when I picked the main load, there was no more Salt Lake City loads, because like I said, the load's good enough, pays good enough out of Boise to deadhead if we need to from Salt Lake every once in a while, right? You don't really do it all the time, but it pays good enough. It only, like, I mean, hell, it's only like, what, 230 miles to deadhead from Salt Lake, depending on where. Okay, 270 to 230, depending on where in Salt Lake, right? So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Because I don't even remember when that load delivered. I don't remember. But okay. So yeah. So my Wisconsin load delivered Monday. I got a reset in. I was available Tuesday morning. So I went up to Maine for Friday delivery. Well, my Lewiston load was Friday. First thing Friday, early, and then I did head up there and brought that load before they closed and stopped loading. So but that was part of it too. It was like, okay, I have no loads going west to finish out the week, so what can I do? And spoiler, I made $6,900 from Tuesday 1100 when I picked up to Tuesday 100. That includes the load going into Maine and then the coming out of Maine. So even though those are 2 different weeks, it's kind of why I chose it, because it at least kept my revenue kind of what I was shooting for ballpark wise on pace. So if you think about it that way, it makes sense. Like, right, 6,900, and technically it's not 24 hours. It is Tuesday, but I mean not 7 days, but even though it is Tuesday, but it's not a full 7 days. So I mean, $6,900 is okay. So the way some people set up for back end makes me go, Luckily, this place has plenty of room. Alright, so let's move on to the next load. That load, by the way, I didn't have any issues with Walmart. Fuck. The Sterling one, there's okay, for Sterling, Illinois, for those who fucking get to this point and whatever, the Walmart there, Dairy Queen is 8 miles west and has dirt lot with parking. Not a lot. It's a little oval, not a lot, but you could probably get 4 to 6 trucks there. You guys need to fucking be cautious where you park, because you gotta keep in mind it is a tight loop. So keep that in mind. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So right from my delivery Tuesday, I found a load, picked up in Iowa City, a little bit deadhead, right? I called about it. It was a 1 pick, 1 drop, supposed to be, and it would be was lineage going to Albertsons in Phoenix, well, Tulsa, Phoenix. Okay, no big deal. I said, let's fucking do it. And he's like, oh wait, hold on. Seems like they might be adding another pick. It's like an hour and a half away. I was like, and I was like, alright, no biggie. I was like, cause okay, that initial Iowa City to just Albertsons, I said 3,900. That's what I asked for, okay? And I was getting that. Surprisingly, I was getting that. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, actually, it was actually pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Especially for current market, and especially going into Phoenix. Going into Phoenix right now, for some reason, just the rates are a little down. But okay, so the second pick would have been Marshalltown, Iowa, and JBS. I was like, okay, well, they would have picked Tuesday, deliver Friday. I was like, okay. The guy asked me, do you still want it? I was like, yeah, just make it 4,100. He's like, I can't do 41. I was like, okay, just make it 4K. He said, okay, we'll do 4K. And I'm going to tell you this load, and I'll get to what happened, because this kind of affected. I had to get to Boise, so just keep in mind, I'm getting to Boise, so this is kind of, I'm working my way there. Like, I know this is a lane, and this affected what I'm doing now. So, TLDR, this will cancel. Oh, technically getting canceled. I needed a strictly Friday delivery because that way I'd have a payday, right? Paycheck. The delivery is going to be changed, so this was a ton for me because there's a couple more details, but I'll get to it. But just so you know, this load affected the rest of my week and what I'm doing now for next week. All right. It says, okay, let's do the 4K. Not a biggie. He said, okay, I'm going to send the Raycon over. I'm like, all right, cool. Now let's get the numbers, break the numbers down, and I'll explain a little bit more about this load. So like 4K, my cut 3560. So if you noticed, I'm trying to get pretty good about negotiating, right? And that would have been a pretty nice load. Now, I was told this gave me 3 red flags. Well, yeah, 3 red flags. All Lineage, JBS, and Albertsons, I was told are first come, first serve. And I was like, nowhere ever, haven't ever dealt with any of these 3 places have they been first come, first serve. But even if it's a call day Tuesday, I can still make on-time delivery. I just have to run hard. So I was like, okay, so as long as they don't change the Friday delivery and I'm loaded Tuesday, I can do it. My cut would have been 3560. The deadhead for first pick would have been 107 miles. Second pick, 195 miles. From, Sterling, right? So Sterling to Iowa City, 107 miles. And then from Iowa City to Marshalltown was 95 miles. For loaded miles would have been 1463, total 1665 for a rate of 213. Like I said, the second pick kind of brought it down, but whatever. It started off great. Yeah, so I get this Tuesday morning. I'm there in Iowa City, waiting for the place to open. I'm at Lineage, waiting, right? I call to get dispatched because brokers, for some reason, just want you sitting around wait. I mean, it makes sense. They don't want to give you the load numbers, so that way, like, something can happen until you're, either empty, heading over there, using track and all that. It makes sense. Like, I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I understand why they do it. I just don't necessarily always agree. So I'm sitting there, and I had talked to the guy, by the way, on the phone and confirmed dates multiple times. And while he's on the phone with me, the pickup said it got moved forward today. And that's why I said delivery was going to change. He sent the Raycon without noticing it. So, yeah, it's my fault. I should double check Raycon. But as far as I know, our conversation was the verbal contract. I don't send the Raycon, so I had all the numbers. I had all the pickup numbers anyways. TLDR, lost his load, right? Delivery appointment was getting moved to probably Saturday, lost the load. Probably was a blessing in disguise. My first time dealing with that broker, it took me like 5 hours of working from the morning to the afternoon to get this load too, for the rate I wanted, and with the details confirmed on second pick. So I'm a little fucking annoyed about it, because it did affect, because now it is, I'm in Davenport, well, yeah, no, Iowa City, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning now, and all the loads, by the way, there were other loads. I was in an area where, like, in Sterling, where I could have gone up to Belvedere, grab a load, Rockford, grab a load. Granted, that's going the wrong way. I want to always, if I'm not deadhead, always deadhead towards where I'm going. Unless it pays good. But I always try deadhead, at least the way I'm originally going to be going. Because then it's like, cool, I'm getting extra MPG for a bit. Doesn't really cost me anything. So now I'm in a pickle. I'm like, fuck, how am I going to get down to Phoenix to get up, or at least get over to Boise now? Because there's nothing going to Salt Lake. Yeah, I was going to Colorado. Colorado paid great. It was a shitload. Denver's a shit market right now. But it also took pretty much 2 days to deliver. So if I picked up Tuesday, it delivers fucking Thursday, like 7 p.m. I was like, fuck that. No. And seems like every time everybody called him too, based on the brokers. When I told him 7 p.m. No, that's no, I'm not losing a full day off this, right? It's 700 miles. 500 miles, something like that. I don't remember. It's Iowa City, Colorado, right? Going to Denver. You don't need fucking 2 full days. But every time, like, as soon as you said the 7 p.m. and I said, oh, you get to see, yeah, you get to hear in his voice. He's like, yeah. Like, everybody's telling the same thing. Like, and I saw that rate slowly going up. Like, if I take that, I'm looking at least 35, right? Just something like that. 24 he was set on, not happening. Alright. So now I'm scrambling to find another load. I'm not in a great area as I was when I was over near Davenport. Now I'm in middle Iowa, not as great. Because I was told I needed to be at the Iowa City place by 8 a.m. to get loaded. And I was empty by like 3:30 in Sterling. And then I even stopped at Iowa 80 to shower. You know, and so I was getting over. I was there at like 7, right? Or 7:30, something like that. But so what I found was Norwalk, Iowa. Again, more deadhead. But at least the Tanu paid for most of that deadhead, and it was empty miles. But I went from Sterling, Illinois now all the way to fucking Des Moines. It'll make sense in a second. But Norwalk, Iowa, pretty much very, very south Des Moines, right at 35. Going to Buckeye. That's the reason why I was okay with Deadhead. It was still had me going the right area. And when you're getting pretty much 9 mpg, 10 mpg all the way fucking over, I think yeah, it's a lot of Deadhead, right? Between the two, it's like 233 miles. Ton, it takes out some, so it wasn't as bad. But really, since the Tanu paid for most of the Deadhead too, I mean, pretty much paid for all of it. Like $150 Tanu for 107 miles. I'm getting like 9 to 10 mpg. Okay, you know. Oh, so what? I spent 12 gallons of fuel to get over there. Whoopee. So really, I just Deadhead 133 miles the way I look at it. Tanu covered the other one and covered most of this Deadhead too. I don't even remember what I argued for here. My cut was 32.93. I think I asked for 36. I was trying to get as close as I could to the 4 grand I had, and it just wasn't happening. I think the highest I got was 30, 36, 37, something like that. Oh, 37. 37. That's what it was. 37. So my cut was 32.93. I was trying to get as. Not only did I lose my 4K load, I also tried to make it back with my next scramble for a load. Just didn't happen. So Deadhead 133, loaded 1394, total of 1527 for a rate of 215. So on paper, I lost some gross, didn't lose rate per mile. It was Michael Foods. I don't even know what the fuck that was. Picked up frozen eggs and potatoes for Starbucks. Not a bad place. It's under construction right now, so a bit of a fucking circus, but not a bad place. A little tight too, especially with the construction. Going to SK Foods. And for those who don't know about SK Foods, it has overnight parking on both sides. The north side of the building is dry van, or dry side. South side is reefer. I like this customer. I like this warehouse. They not only are they fast at unloading. I went in there with, I was heavy, 43,000 pounds, right? They had me out. Once I hit the door in 20 minutes. 20 minutes for a full trailer. I like this place. They have overnight parking, and they're fast. And they're willing to unload early. Maybe not a day early, sometimes. Like if you want to wait till like third shift comes in, they'll unload you. But like, my appointment was 6 a.m. They came out, well, okay, they knocked up originally at 1 a.m. in the morning, but I was like, fuck you, I'm not getting up. Like, I heard the knock, I knew what it was, because this place does this every single time, right? 3 hours later, 3 hours later, they came back and knocked again, and I got up. This was 4 a.m., right? They asked me to fill up they asked me what my appointment was. I was like, well, they first asked, are you delivering here? I was like, yeah. Because I guess some people try to sneak in and use this place to sleep. And then, so I had a little quick board, getting the bills, and then like, all right, we'll call you. Actually, we'll come back out and knock on the door when we're ready for you to get in dock. That was like 30 minutes later. And I had just gotten back in bed. I was like, maybe it's gonna be like 5. I'll go back to bed for like 5. And get up at 5:30. But that was a good. I like that warehouse. There's a reason why I always try to go back there. I've been there twice now, and I like it. Brookwood's RXO. And RXO is quickly becoming. They're not awful. Oh my god, they just like to bug you. But claim they don't bug you, but bug you. But now though, since I'm done scrambling to get up back up to Boise, because now I'm on my way. I just had to get up to Phoenix. Anybody who knows, it's the lanes. California really easy to get to Vegas. Vegas really easy to get to Salt Lake. Phoenix really easy to get Vegas or Salt Lake. I'm doing a couple things differently for next week to get myself up to Boise. I'm making about $2 a mile between 2 loads to get up to Boise, but one of those loads may fall off, so I'm kind of whatever. But as soon as I get to Boise too, it'll be Sunday, right? Damn, fuck, what's today? Friday. So as soon as I get to Boise, I will be putting the truck in the shop Monday to get my bunk heater installed, because now it's that time of year. I fucking need it. And then the transmission stock connection, for those who know, it's a common failure point in these trucks with the good old twisty ones. You know, the new Freightliners have them, the new Peterbilts have them. It sounds like shitty soldering is what happens. It starts getting loose. But then I guess they're internally back orders. So I guess Packley's just gonna take it apart and just fucking resolder connections themselves. I guess they've had good luck with that. And then I have a water and fuel indicator, so the sensor that's just fucking needs to be replaced. It's voltage above normal. It means it just needs a new sensor. We got up there, cat. Big fatty. But it's quite an easy week. I mean, this load, you guys won't really like the rate of this load I'm on now. You're gonna love you'll understand why I took it. You'll understand. But you gotta wait for next week on that one. But how you guys been doing the spot board? You guys been staying at 6 to 8K gross consistently? You guys have dedicated lane where you pull in contract rate? What do you guys been up to? Anyway, stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.